Hi, it's Sarah at Long Acres Alpaca Farm, back with part 3 on how to set up a rigid Heddle loom. So, we've pulled each of these warp lines through the eye. So now you can see that half of them are up into the slot, half of them are into the eye, and then I can go down, and half of them are down at the bottom, and the other half are still in the eye. So that's basically how our weaving takes place. So now the very important part is you want to make sure you have good tension on it. So I've wound up to about this far. Just going to go a little bit further, winding it on to the back of the loom. And then I'm going to show you a little trick that they don't show you in the book that allows you not to waste so much of the warp line, because you can see you're going to end up wasting a lot of this. Plus, it really allows you to put some nice tension on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide off, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 of these. Okay. And those you're going to get very even on your tension, and then just tie a knot in it. Okay, so now I have that with a knot. And then grab another grouping. I don't know, by the time I get done across here, I'll probably have, 8 or 9 groupings. So I want the knots to be at about the same distance when you get back here. It does not have to be exact. And sometimes I have to redo them. If they don't hold right, or if I end up with one that's too short. The way they show you to do this in the book is simply to tie it around the back bar, which you can do, but again, you really need to make sure that your tension is tight on it and even the whole way across. And that's probably the key, is that the tension is even. Doesn't have to be exact. Just make sure, though, that you don't get any of these warp lines out of order, because it will not work if you do that. So you have to go in the order across that they're in. In other words, I don't want to accidentally pull a strand from over here in with this group. You won't be able to weave. So just pay attention to making sure that you're in the correct order. That'll still work. That one didn't come through into the knot part, but it'll still work. Again, you don't have to be exact. Just make sure. Now this one seems to be a little shorter. It's still long enough though. And then the last one. Like I said, some days you feel like you're all thumbs. Now, the next part, I've actually pre-cut just some throwaway yarn. It does not have to be cotton, but I don't know, maybe 10 inches long, and I doubled it back and tied a knot at the end. So now I have a circle of yarn. Anything you wanted to use will be fine. And what you want to do is put that onto the back bar by just going through the opening. Most people have done that. So now it's hooked on. And this is the part I always have to think about. I always do it wrong initially. What you want to do is open up the circle, put your fingers through, Then reach down below and grab it so that now you have an opening here. And what you're going to do is pull this strand through. I'll do this repeatedly so you can see. And hook it up here next to the knot. You can see I have extra ones on here. It will not matter how many you have across here. I think I tied off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those across there. So it doesn't matter how many of these you have. Just don't use them if you don't need them. So again, open this up and just circle. Put your fingers through, reach down, and come up. Now you've got a circle. I think that kids make bracelets by using that same technique. Open it up, put your fingers through, reach down, and bring it up. So what's going on now is it's just holding it on. That knot is causing it to hold on in place. And you can leave these on your loom. I just leave mine on all the time. They don't get in the way. Reuse them. Put your fingers through, reach down, and come up. Then loop it around your work lines. And one more. Put your fingers through, reach down, pull it up. Now I've got a circle there, put that through, and hook it around. Okay, so they're all snugly on. Whoops, missed one. You can always just move these around. Okay, now we have all 7 of them on. Now what you need to do is get this gear, and you're just going to put a little bit of tension back that way, stretch it out. I'm going to bring this up a little bit further. Now, I've done a different color here, purple strand. This strand's pretty long. And what I'm going to do, again, it's doubled, so I'm going to attach that to the bar and just bring it through. You could attach it, you can just tie it too, it won't really matter. I'm actually going to just tie it because it doesn't, it's not an even piece. So we're just going to tie it here. And this is how you get your tension on. And again, I use this over and over again. Take your thread, like I said, I did it in a different color just because it makes it easier to see. You're going to take your first grouping, divide it roughly in half, put your purple thread through, put your thread through, and now pull it back and put some tension on it. Now what you do is you take it and wrap it around the bar. And this is how you're going to get even tension the whole way across. Get to your second one. These should all have the same tension because you knotted them. Bring this through and pull it tight. Now I'm getting even tension the whole way across. Wrap it around your bar again. Come through here. So what I really like about this, normally I'd have to tie this off all the way back here at the bar, but now I have all this usable space. Plus the tension is very even. kind of a neat trick. Pull that through. We are getting close to weaving. Hooray. And as you can see, even tension the whole way across. If it's not, just pull on your lines a little bit. If you ever find that one of the lines is droopy, you can take it apart at this point. If as you go along one of the lines is droopy, there are little tricks. You just want to make sure your tension is tight. So now I'm just going to go around here. I like to reuse this thread. Go around this way. Just however you want to tie it off. I'm not going to put it in a knot. Just going to put a little bow like that. There. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this here, and you're just going to put this back a little bit here. And we're going to move on to part 4, which is actually going to be weaving. Okay.